making your own skincare for a while, you've probably hit a moment where something changes. You can follow recipes, you can make creams or balms, but when you try to create your own formula, suddenly you feel uncertain. And that's the moment most DIY skincare makers realise making skincare and formulating skincare are not the same thing. Most skincare makers try to learn formulation by piecing together things like a blog post here, a YouTube tutorial there, another recipe from somewhere else. But formulation isn't random knowledge. It's a structured skill. And when you try to skip that structure, things don't turn out the way you want. You waste ingredients, your products feel inconsistent, and you're never quite sure if what you're doing is correct. Not because you can't do this, but because no one has shown you the full path yet. Confident formulators develop their skills in stages. Step 1 is to learn the structure of product formulas. Every type of skincare product has a different formula structure. So firstly, you need to understand how skincare products are structured and built, the different phases and ingredients they contain, and why. The formula structure might include an oil phase, a water phase, emulsifiers, thickeners, preservative systems. This is where you begin to understand why formulas work. Ingredients are not just mixed together randomly. A formula structure ensures the product is formulated according to cosmetic chemistry principles. The formula structure is different for a cream than for a toner, and for a face wash compared to a serum. So to begin with, you need to learn the structure of each kind of product and the ingredients they need to contain so that the formula is safe, stable, and effective. The good news is you don't need to be a scientist to be able to do this. We help our students with this by providing tried and tested formulation templates. Step 2 is to gain a really good understanding of ingredients. You need to learn what ingredients actually do. You need to understand their functions, what benefits they offer, how preservation works, how ingredients affect texture and performance. Once you understand ingredient roles, you can stop guessing and can start selecting ingredients for your formula with confidence. Ingredients fall into different categories. Some ingredients make sure your product is safe from microbial contamination. Others ensure it stays stable. Others are emollient or hydrating. Other ingredients provide specific benefits to the skin. For example, they might help to reduce hyperpigmentation or increase the skin's elasticity. Not only do you need to learn the main function of different ingredients, but you need to learn how to actually use them in a formula. You need to know things like their usage rates, their compatibilities and incompatibilities, the pH range they need. With a solid understanding of ingredients, you are in a strong position to create an effective formula. Step 3 is to understand the skin. When putting together a professional formulation, you always start by identifying the person who will be using the product. You need to understand their skin characteristics and concerns so that you can formulate a product ideally suited to them. For this reason, formulators learn about skin types, skin concerns, how the skin functions and what it needs to be healthy, the skin aging process, how ingredients address specific needs. Only by understanding the skin can you create customized solutions to different skincare concerns. This is what allows you to design products intentionally. And if you want to sell products, this ensures you create products that really work for your customers. Step 4 is to practice with proven formulas. It would be difficult to formulate a product from scratch if you've never even made one before. That's why before creating your own formulas, you need to learn by working with formulations that are already safe, stable, and tested. I don't mean that you follow a recipe that you found online and hope for the best. I mean that you practice with a trusted formula that has been professionally created and has been tested to prove it is safe and stable. You want to make sure you are learning from high-quality formulas. If not, you could be learning the wrong way to do things. Preservative efficacy testing is an essential type of testing that proves the formula is preserved effectively and is microbiologically safe. This means it won't grow mold, bacteria, or yeast. We highly recommend making sure the formulas you learn from and practice with have passed preservative efficacy testing. Then you can be confident that by following the same principles, your products will pass the testing too. When you practice with proven formulas, you can see how formulas are structured, understand why they work, learn to create effective preservative systems, and practice the method for making them, understand how to heat, mix, and cool the different phases. You'll also be able to use your knowledge of ingredients and skin types to practice customizing formulas by swapping some ingredients for others. This builds real formulation confidence that you can use to move on to step 5. And step 5 is formulate from scratch using a product development process. Once those foundations are in place from steps 1 through 4, you can use what you have learned to formulate your own products from scratch. This is not about mixing random ingredients together. This is where professionals follow a structured process. They plan the product before they make anything. They decide who the product is for, the problem it solves, the benefits it should provide, and how it should feel on the skin. They use what they know about formula structures, ingredients, and what the skin needs to formulate a product ideally suited to the person who will use it. They create the formula in percentages using a proven formula structure and a professional template. Then they test, refine, and improve the formula. That's formulation. There's one thing that makes this process dramatically easier, and that is guidance. Because when you're learning formulation, you will eventually get stuck. A formula may separate. A texture might not feel right. You may not be sure whether something is safe or balanced. This is where support from experienced formulators makes a huge difference. Being able to ask questions, get feedback on formulas, troubleshoot problems, and learn from others. This can accelerate your confidence much faster than trying to figure everything out alone. When you follow this kind of structured path, you stop worrying that you're doing things wrong. You stop wasting ingredients. You stop throwing away failed batches. Instead, your products become consistent. You understand why your formulas work, and you can confidently adjust and improve them. That's the shift from DIY maker to professional formulator. So if you're ready to move beyond DIY recipes and start developing the skills of a confident skincare formulator, you can learn more about our Diploma in Natural Skincare Formulation below or at schoolofnaturalskincare.com/formulation. Many of our students started exactly where you are now, making their own products and wanting to understand formulation properly. You don't have to figure this out on your own. Instead, you can follow the tried and tested formulation process we've refined over more than 15 years of teaching skincare formulation. Inside the programme, you'll learn formula structure, ingredient functions and safe usage, how to design products for specific skin types, how to customize formulas, how to formulate from scratch using a professional product development process. You'll also receive a wide range of tried and tested formulations to practice with, and we send all our products for preservative efficacy testing so you can be confident you are learning to formulate the right way. Inside the Diploma, you'll be supported every step of the way by our team of experts through tutor Q&As, interactive formulation challenges, and live formulator forums. You'll also join our global community of natural and organic formulators, connecting with me, our team, and fellow students from all around the world who are on the same journey. We'll help you feel confident, supported, and capable as you develop your formulation skills. The Diploma has been designed both for people who want to create beautiful products for themselves and for those who dream of starting a natural or organic skincare brand of their own. Over the years, we've helped more than 25,000 students, and today our graduates run successful beauty brands on every continent around the world. We would love to support you as you take that next step in developing your formulation skills.